I don't want to be as emotional,
this
but guess the
fucked
fuck what? My woman is there. I have to now steep down to her level to be as emotional. I don't want to be that fucking vulnerable. I'm a man. I'm used to being tough as fuck, and that shit's comfortable for me. But guess the fuck what? My woman wants me to be soft and sensual. Guess the fuck I gotta do? Be that. So here we are, where I'm saying, hey, this is what drives me. And guess the fuck what? It's a no deal, no brainer.
Elsewhere, because obviously my numbers reflect and they'll show you. She's accustomed to certain things.
400 million is your lifestyle.
But you have to understand, she's not gonna get any more. Like after that, she's not gonna get.
She's not expecting. She's can't be the Because you're cheated, right? You cheated.
Relax.
I cheat once, you get a cheater, alright? Take it easy. I'm gonna get you back real smooth, please.
Open communication. Y'all gotta learn to respect one another and have conversation when you do disagree. Okay.
Pussy power.
All right. I think we're good now. I think we're good. Welcome to another episode of Practice Starts Monday. I'm your blessed and highly favored host, Check One.
I'm your blessed and highly favorite host, Michael John.
I'm just blessed, and I'm Burns.
Not highly favored.
Not highly favored.
Okay, nice blessed and highly favored as
I'm all
well.
three. I think
Okay, all right. Bruce, I'm just blessed. Not highly favored.
Everyone here is blessed and highly favored. Jesus Christ.
That's a funny ass statement to be. I don't know why, but it makes me laugh.
Cause
Blessed and highly
Grand
favored.
Rising King.
Yeah, it falls in line with that. But
Hey. Nah, has every man ever punched a hole in your drywall?
No.
All right. Burns?
I heard. Have you ever?
Anyways.
No. Sidebar, quick one, real quick. I just heard this girl told me that if he doesn't do that, your pussy not good enough. That's what she said. Like good pussy make a nigga wreck some shit. Can we
Good
say?
pussy makes a man punch a hole in your drywall.
Yeah,
Have you ever punched a hole?
No.
Okay. So,
I haven't either.
Me neither.
And I've had
Unfortunately.
pussy.
Yeah, I didn't agree with her, but this is what she told me.
okay.
But MJ,
Before we go off the topic, why do you think niggas do shit like that?
Punch.
When they get good pussy. Like, why didn't they do extra shit?
Because they won't ever get it again.
Or they're not used to getting it, you think? Or what is it?
I think it's that.
Both.
I think when you get pussy, bro, losing good pussy is not. It's you understand that good pussy comes like a dime a dozen. There's plenty of good pussy out there. It's just what tools do you have to find it?
Okay, 9. On a 1 to 10, how would you rate your pussy? On a 1 to 10, bro. How would you, like, how fire is it?
I've never fucked myself, MJ, and I don't know the answer.
Yeah, but you get, but it's like, well, you know what? Yelp reviews, right? People leave reviews, right? They do crazy shit, right? They do.
Okay. I've had someone curse me out because I told them I didn't want to sleep with them. Several times.
But have you slept with them before?
Yeah.
And it was fire.
I was dating them, and I stopped dating them.
And they
I
cursed
didn't
you
wanna
out
sleep
because you
with
don't give
them.
them one pussy.
Yes.
So on a 1 to 10, how would you grade? Like, how would you his
I don't know what
experience?
that, like, I'm not...
So if you had to ask him, if you had to call him, hey, listen, what would you rate my pussy?
He'd
What do you
probably
think
say
he'll say?
10 out of 10. Do you want
See,
me to,
shit like that.
do you want me to call the guy that I'm sleeping
If
with
you-
now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, she's not doing that.
Don't say yes then, nigga. Oh, no.
Are you?
put it-
Yeah,
yes.
put it on speaker. Put it on speaker. Oh, we gotta hear this. This
Yeah,
is
we gotta hear
interesting.
this. See, this
Oh,
is
you
good.
gotta put.
So wait, hold
You
on,
put
hold on.
your
Let's
mic
game
on.
plan. Let's
And
game
then
plan.
we'll all call somebody that we know,
What-
bro. I'm gonna call it from. You're gonna call a girl.
We're not doing that. Listen,
Well, check. You can't do it, but I can do
but
it.
here's the thing though. Wait,
not
hold
doing
on.
that, okay.
This game plan before you call him. What are you asking him exactly? How good
On
is
a
your
1 to
pussy?
10, how is your-
On one
how
to,
your
yeah, 1 to
pussy?
10. That's what you're gonna ask him.
So you gotta ask him.
Okay.
And don't text him like, yo,
And don't
say
tell
this.
him. And don't honestly don't tell me on the podcast. And he'd be like, "Why?" So I was just wondering. I'm gonna call you back though. Never call him back. Okay. Put on speaker.
And put your mic on.
Wait, where's your mic on?
Now let's hit it. Let's hit it. The ringing and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I just texted him to see if he's busy. So if he answers me,
Just
then I
fucking
can
call the guy. If he's busy, he's not gonna answer.
He
Cheating.
doesn't
He's busy.
answer.
Just call him. Just call him. If he's
he's
busy, he's
busy,
not
he's
gonna
cheating.
answer.
If he's busy, he's
cheating.
cheating. I'm not with him. Fuck.
Well, there it is. Now probably the side piece.
Oh, he's with his daughter. Never mind.
Just give him a
It's
call.
perfect. It's a simple call. He's gonna answer the phone like 9 and clear. That's it.
Just
Now he can't. And on
Just
top
yes
of
or
that,
no.
He can't hear what he can't
Exactly.
hear.
On top of that,
daughter can't hear that.
Here's the best part. On top of that, he can't hold you in conversation. He's with his daughter. It's like, bro, all
Exactly.
right, I'm gonna holler at you.
Real quick, man.
Put on speaker.
What's bigger?
Speaker.
Speakerphone.
Speaker.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
Speakerphone. Don't tell him to say 10 either. Texting him right now, like, yo, say 10, right?
No.
Speakerphone.
Put it close to the mic. I wanna hear this.
I'm sorry, the person you were
I didn't.
told you.
Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. It happens. He's
Yo,
with his
you gonna pick
daughter.
up when that first ring? You pussy no good, bro.
Okay. All right. Hey, that was pretty intense. I ain't gonna lie. I was on my. I was like, oh shit, this nigga about to fuck it. But if you would have said like 4, oh, like the room, bro, the
Ooh-wee.
fucking roof would have blew off in this motherfucker. Like, damn, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have been wild.
I would send you home early. What PTO? Let's call Chris.
Yeah. Let's call somebody. We need a
Call a
reference,
victim, bro. Call a victim.
We need a person. Yeah.
On a 1 to 10, how good your dick game?
Can't pick 7.
Can't pick
6.
7.
6. 6.
So you say above average.
Yeah.
Okay. It depends. My woman, I'm gonna give it 9. Skeezers, 4. Respectfully. I don't. When I know I'm just fucking you, I do everything for me. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Like, I'm not saying I'm like gonna rough her up or anything like that, but the sex is for me. It's not for you.
Okay.
So I'm not taking that initiative or consideration. Does this feel good for you? Or I'm not trying to please you. I don't give a fuck what you think of me after the fact. All right. I still
already
beat though.
I still fuck though.
I still beat though.
I still fuck though.
Yeah, boy, your
How about you?
review is crazy.
How about you?
9 across the board, my boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so let me ask you
Give it
this.
9s all day, no matter who.
So
it is.
let me ask you this. Does a skeezer get the same dick your woman gets?
9s across the board. My review game got to be on
Wow.
point. I come to the review board.
Wow.
You know,
Hey, but here's the best part about this though. That's a 4 to me. That may be an 8 or 7 to Lord knows who.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm getting subpar dick to bitches. And they're like, when is it gonna happen again? I'm like, bitch, I didn't even do nothing. And maybe that might be the attraction they have to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, what
A
happened?
lot of it's attraction.
I'm sorry.
No, you weren't.
No.
You was
Did
there
you
for
call
one
a
time.
nigga or not?
You call Chris? No. Call Chris.
What are you waiting on Christmas?
No,
go ahead.
call
Go ahead.
Chris.
Call Chris. Put it on speaker and let's hear it. This shit ain't even important no more. Call Chris.
Text me, just call him.
Yeah, we just
Don't
cut
text a
this
nigga,
off.
Just call. If you're busy, you're busy. You won't pick up.
I need to know.
Why do you know?
This is inside. It's exciting. Now I've never had a woman get her Yelp review live. Bitches love to lie. Like, oh my pussy's yeah. All right, bro. You getting this
Yo,
like?
that should be a segment, bro. Yelp reviews, bro.
We're gonna get to that. Go ahead, Nye.
Look at Finn's face. He said that serious.
Rate your pussy from 1 to 10.
10. Put it at the speaker right here.
Yeah. This is gonna be phenomenal.
And number shit's not on me.
Chris,
What's going on?
rate my sex from 1 to 10.
What?
Just answer, cause
Yeah. Come on, man. I don't even talk about stuff like that.
just give me a
Alright.
number.
The sex from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I give it an 8.
All right. Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Who's that? Who's the other person?
Hello. Hey. It's okay. I'll call you back.
No.
What's that asshole? What's a hole?
That was him?
Why did you ask him?
Why didn't you ask him?
Oh my God, Nye.
No, but we need another one.
Why do you need another
Two is better than one,
Had
right?
2 live ratings, bro. That's
Go ahead,
deep
call
in
him
the
back,
streets.
call him back.
Nah, that is so
Nah.
deep. Call him back,
call him back.
Hey, quick question.
Quick
I know I
question.
told you, but rate my sex from 1 to 10. I need to hear
Come
this.
on, quick
Hey,
one.
9. Listen, you get 2 8s. That's
You
deep in
solid.
the streets. You solid out here.
You solid
Go
in the
ahead.
streets.
Why do y'all do this?
Nah, it's a part of the show. Here's a topic. You are the only female in the room.
Babe.
Hello?
Babe.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Rate my sex from 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10?
Yeah.
100?
All right, thank you. I'll call you back.
What?
Nothing, I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Bye.
First of all, that nigga sound 45. That nigga
So
sound
now I got an 8 and 100.
8 and
You can laugh, Mauricio. It's okay. You can laugh, bro. Go ahead, let it out, bro. It's
So
okay.
either 8 and 10. So 8 and 10.
8 and 10.
8 and 10. Okay.
All right,
Do your thing, boy. I see you, Jerms. I see you. I see you.
Shit.
Let me not see. Now you walk around with your nuts heavy, my boy.
No, but I don't know
You
why y'all
see?
keep playing with me.
Lips.
Oh, no,
Y'all be thinking that I be
wait.
talking shit.
Nah. Okay, that's like me
Nah,
saying,
y'all
that's
be
like me
thinking I be
coming in here and saying, yo, I get bitches, bro. And you're just like, okay, well, let's see. And I can't prove it. You gonna look at them, come on, bro. You don't really get bitches.
So I just be lying on my pussy.
Bitches
I
do
said
that,
you got
nah. We gotta take everything with a grain of salt. But you know
Let's-
what? That was
let's
a great
get-
little
that's-
segment.
Continue
To
your
get into the
conversation.
topic,
Let's
that
get into
wraps,
the topic.
it goes into
Take it away, MJ.
Okay, so Nye has a 8 to 10 8 to 10 ratio of good pussy, right?
Yes.
Good for you, Nye. I like that. Nye, I'm treating you different now. Right? Okay, so the question is withholding sex in today's market, will that lead to a healthier relationship and healthier outcome to a marriage? I say yes, it will.
Okay.
I say no.
You say no. Checks
I'ma go no.
Nye's no.
Nice, no.
Apparently, I know why now.
We all know that.
I can't hold this 5 pussy back. I can get this shit. I say yes because once you have sex with somebody, it alters the relationship, the dynamic of the relationship, right?
The perception. I got you.
Right? I think a lot of the times, depending on what that guy's after, the woman can lose her powers,
Super facts.
right?
Post nut clarity is a thing, by the way.
Right? It's like, I bust his nut now, he's treating you different. I'm pretty sure some of you ladies have experienced this. You know, you talk to a guy for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 2 months, and then you give him the pussy, and then it's fucking Madden
Ghost
all
shit.
day.
Yep.
Right? It's Madden, it's fuck this bitch, no good morning.
Madden 2K.
Right? No more good morning, good night, Grand Rising Queen. It's none of that. No, you know, right?
Grand Rising Queen, blessed and highly favored.
Right? It's none of that, right? No, it's none of that. So I think if you talk to this person, let's say you meet on a dating app, right? You meet on a dating app, you guys have a conversation, she tells you what she wants. She wants a long-term relationship, she wants a date to lead to a marriage, right? If the guy says the same thing, then he should show you that, right? And hey, aside from me wanting these things, I don't want to have sex until there's a ring on my finger. We're engaged at least, or, you know, we're leading to that, right?
Yeah.
If that guy is serious about finding somebody that he wants to be with, and he'll take that serious. Will it be tough? Yes. Will it be a lot of masturbating? I'm pretty sure there will, right?
Sorry to cut you off. I know sex itself is the ultimate, but does this mean she would be giving head, hand jobs, and
Nothing sexual.
Nothing sexual. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Dry cold turkey.
Okay.
I can't do that
Right?
shit.
Okay.
But I think if they're having that conversation, then that's conducive to what they want, the outcome.
Yes.
Right? But a man has to be willing to go through that trial and tribulation.
What if she got trash ass pussy?
Well, how did people do it back in the day?
They cheated.
Faith.
They cheated. They
To your point,
cheated.
Burns, people did cheat, but however, I think that it's I see where you're going with this, right? I think it's the anticipation of something, and despite how long you've waited for it, because it's so valuable, when you finally get it, even if it is trash, you wouldn't even know.
You don't really care.
You wouldn't, yeah, or you wouldn't even care.
Because you love that person so much that the little things don't really, like, that part of it doesn't alter the relationship too much. Where, you know what, I'm gonna break up with you. I'm gonna throw away, let's say 3-4 years of what we built, the love I have for you, because you don't get as wet as maybe the last bitch did, or maybe your head is not as fire as the last bitch did. Like, maybe you're short too to her.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you're shortcoming to her too. Maybe you got a 6 inch and she's used to do it with 9s.
Apparently, bitches be
But she's
saying
not
you-
fake.
married.
Yeah, but remember,
but
prior,
she never
prior
had
to
sex.
you. But no, once again,
Hold on.
not a virgin, right? She says
Oh,
to herself,
this conversation just changed
This
for me.
shit shift.
This shit just
Okay.
just
That's
took a
why I
complete
was like,
360, my
whoa.
nigga.
All right, cool.
Okay.
She's had sex prior, right? But she's realized at a certain point that doing certain things is not getting her to where she wants to be. And one of those things is sex.
Okay.
So she now says, I'm not having sex anymore. This is what I want out of a relationship. And I'm going to find that guy that wants to be with me at this point. Right?
Okay.
I'm sorry, but
How old is she?
Oh,
I had already assumed that this was a non-virgin situation, so I don't know.
I did not. I'm sorry. I was in a different space.
I'm sure you're virgin. That's what I was.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
I can see.
he said withholding sex. He didn't necessarily say.
She's a
Do you
virgin.
wanna
She's,
marry
Yeah, I'm sorry. I took that, but
No,
I'm
it's
glad we
fine.
clarified that. But
Yeah.
keep going.
So she's saying, okay, let's say she's 28 years old. Does that do it for you? What age would do it for you
For her to
to withhold sex?
she has to be at least 25.
25.
No age does it for me. You was already fucking something. You got to keep fucking something.
No, because the reason I'm saying that if she's going through, she went through her youth years, going through sex, and she's like, you know what, I'm not finding anybody
That's
at
no.
20, 24, 25.
I get the premise of
Yeah.
it. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah.
Though.
No, I'm
was-
with you with
you was
that
fucking
part.
something.
You
You need
fuck-
to continue to fuck something.
Yeah.
If you decide, and mind you, that's just me. I'm not in a space to wait on someone that's already been fucking.
Yeah, that's why I said 25, because if she's 28, 30, she's at the back end of her career.
Okay, so you prefer a virgin to say that to you, not
Yes, I think that's more. I could deal with that. I'm more willing to deal with that more.
The virgin.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
I'm with
it's a
you on
brand
that.
new car.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay top dollar for a used car.
car.
That doesn't make sense
Yeah.
to me, logically.
Okay,
And the fact that she's at the back end of her career.
but what about change, right? Is that not important?
It is.
Someone's not
No,
getting the
you got it,
results
but
they
you
want.
you have to. It has to
can't
make
say yeah,
sense.
then, but
no,
you-
okay, no, because it has to make sense. If you're 28 years old and you want to fucking stop having sex because you haven't found nobody, either your shit is trash, one, or there's something wrong with you, two,
No, it's not always the woman though. See, but
or the men that you're choosing. Let's put it like that.
yeah, but men hide behind a facade sometimes. Sometimes they say what you want, what you want to hear, and then once they get the bag, the pussy in this case, they flip the script.
Okay.
Is that her fault that the men are being
No.
deceiving?
No, because it's
Okay, look, if some men lie to get pussy.
that's facts.
When we were younger, right, we
Yes.
would lie to get what we want.
Yes.
The girl wanted a boyfriend. We would say we wanted a girlfriend. We got the pussy, and what do?
Clear it.
So some women fall prey because women are emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some women fall prey to that facade. This man's in front of them saying, "Hey, I want a relationship too. I want marriage too. I want this." And they get the pussy, and what do, Burns?
They clear it.
Is that her fault?
Okay, here's the thing.
No, wait. Was it?
Okay, that's not her fault. That's not her fault.
Now, what she's saying is this: she's saying, "Look, I want to see how serious this person really is without having sex involved, because that's been the MacGuffin in all of my situations. That's been the key factor of when they got what they wanted, they escaped. So I'm changing something in my life to say, hey, I'm not going to make this a thing anymore. Sex is off of the table. Let's see what you are really about. If you're really here for me, then you're here for me. Then if you're not, it's going to show." That's what she's saying to herself now. You're right. You're saying, look, you're saying this. This is your fault. You should know this. You niggas, you're choosing. She's saying, okay, Burns, you're right. Maybe these are the guys that I'm choosing. But you know what I'm going to do now? Perfect. Say less, Burns. No more sex. Let's separate the boys from the men now.
Let's see how far she gets.
And to play devil's advocate, right? That makes perfect sense.
No, it does, but
I just wouldn't, like I said, I just wouldn't pay top dollar for a used car. That's my only
I'm not
separation.
married.
I'm not that commitment. I can make it, but not for a used car.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
And that's everyone's preference, right?
Yeah.
Because once again, you're going to say, look, you're going to agree to that because she's saying, like you said, you told her to her face, hey, man, it's the niggas you picking, it's the niggas you doing, it's the niggas you da-da-da. She's saying, you know what, Burns? You're right, Burns. You're right. Burns,
Slamming on you.
Burns, you're totally right. You're a fucking bitch. Right? And like a wise man would say, you can't continue to do the same thing and get the same, expect the same,
Yeah.
different results, right? That's the definition of insanity, right?
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing, but you want something different. No. Okay, look. No more sex. Off of the table. Let's see what niggas out here is willing to pay used dollars, right? Because Tech's out of there.
Yeah,
Right.
And
She makes Tech-
here's the thing, though. Let me preface this, right. The fact of the matter is, if someone wants something like that, let that be known up front. And men, you need to do a better job at letting you know you're not willing to do no shit like that.
And that's what I'm saying.
Don't
right?
fucking
I ain't doing
sign
that
that
shit.
contract
First
when
date.
you know you're not with it.
She tell me that. Check, please.
Yeah,
No. I ain't gonna do that.
I
I'm
would
still
finish
enjoy
the
the
No, we
date.
don't finish the date, but
But you
check,
let her know, like, hey,
please.
listen, we're gonna agree to disagree. I can't wait.
I can't rock with that.
I'm not waiting for that. She may ask you why, and hopefully you're upfront. You say, hey, listen, I'm not going to wait.
I'm trying to fuck
for
something.
you for a used vehicle.
Yeah,
Right.
because some women even go to the extent of saying, using that terminology or that way of life, and they got a kid, 2 kids. And it's like, how does this make sense?
Now that
doesn't make no
That's a
sense.
different ballpark.
Yeah, but I'm just saying how it escalates, and
does.
it's the reality of the situation. But I do completely understand exactly what you're saying. She's gonna go about life this way because it hasn't been working.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true. But you also have to understand there's a complete different space now. This way of life that you're choosing, you got to rewrite your whole game book. The whole thing. You got to scrap everything and start from scratch. Say, okay, now that I'm not offering sex, what am I offering niggas?
Right, and I think that's going to be a building stone for her.
Yeah,
throughout her path.
exactly.
Right? And I hope that whatever woman does this, you're not doing this at the latter part of your dating career. You're
back
doing it at
end
you're
of
doing
your
it at
career.
the earlier part, because now, if you're doing it at 25, because from 21 to 25 you begin fucked around. Hopefully within 2 years you're really finding who you are as a woman, and you're dating without sex, so you got to use other things to straighten that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you find yourself in 2 years, so by 27 you're like, okay, I know what I bring aside from sex, right? And if you're like, nah, you're between 8 and 10, you got nothing to worry
Yeah, you
about.
got- you got something
right?
special there, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey
Keep
man,
it,
hey,
you
shout
know what I'm
out,
saying?
shout out my
man.
Hey, what's that shit on? Lil
Mine.
Wayne, he was like, who's number 3? Gucci.
Gucci.
Shout out my nigga Gucci. Shout out my nigga Nye.
Shout out my nigga. Okay,
So now
good job.
you said no.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think waiting until marriage is necessary to figure out if a man wants you for you.
So you're talking
Or
about
not.
Steve Harvey?
Huh?
You giving like Steve Harvey treatment, the 90 days, or what are we talking? Is there a limit or is there no limit?
I'm not doing it until I'm comfortable, but
Reasonable.
once I'm comfortable, I feel like it's okay to sleep with that person.
To your point, there are men, they're con artists.
I
They
agree.
pride themselves on making women feel comfortable with them to fuck them.
I agree, but then that also goes with the woman's discernment. Now, if she ends up doing it and she gets screwed over, then that's one of the risks that you have to take with somebody that you're going to be sleeping with before you get into a marriage. However, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth me waiting. Personally, I don't think it's worth me waiting that long if it's something that I want, number one. And number two, for me to then find out that as much as I love him, I don't have any sexual chemistry with him, or, we just can't get on the same page. And there's only a certain amount of counseling or whatever, classes that we can go to that can get us back. You know what I'm saying? So as
You
much
brought up
as
a good point with the sexual part. Like the chemistry that you have with that person after getting married, and they find out, like I was saying earlier, they fuck. Now you're like, this is not it. Then we already had
I see why we thought she was a virgin.
Yeah.
That one aspect when we spoke about chemistry, you start to learn yourself sexually when you actually start to have sex, right? So in this case, the reason I thought she was a virgin was because I'm like, okay, maybe she doesn't know any better. She doesn't know what her chemistry is. So that's why we're going to go with, okay, you know what? For me, that's a bit more, that's easier to deal with. I would, if for the right woman, I could sign a deal like that.
Right.
But she would have to be a virgin.
Well, going back a little bit of what you said, though, what you wanted has been getting you the same results.
I'm not saying that. I'm not disagreeing with your point. I'm just saying, for me personally, I wouldn't do it. Do I think that it could work for other people in the case that you're saying? Absolutely. Because there are people or women that will choose a certain type of man and be like, okay, since everybody just wants to sleep with me, let me take it off the table and see if they actually like me for who I am and not for what I can provide for them. So very, very much so, I agree with what you're saying.
Okay, but MJ, to go with what you were saying, but how do you know that's going to be successful for her?
You don't know, but what you
But
do
that's
know.
that's something.
But that's
You
what I'm
don't know,
saying.
but what you do know, though, you don't know if it's going to work out, right? But what you do know for a fact is what you've been doing has
Hasn't
not
been
been working.
working.
So you could try something new, because doing the same thing is insanity. It hasn't been working.
Yeah, that's true. But
So you're gonna try
like,
something new, Burns, and see where it gets you, and it may not work too. That may not work.
so
So
how
you're
long-
back to where you started then.
Okay, okay.
It all
'Cause
depends on that
that's-
person,
'cause-
how long they want to work. Like we just said, it depends on where you at in life, what age you are,
Okay.
how much time you have clock left on your clock. They'd be like, okay, well, you can't be 35 and be like, ain't no more pussy going.
Oh, yes,
you're
outta there.
35, queen.
Hey, but you know what
it's
though?
over.
I'll be honest. So here's the thing. That is, especially when you start one way, it's such a risky procedure to reverse the whole
yeah.
thing, because first of all, it's gonna take time for you now to reconvert all that shit you've been doing. That's the first thing, right? So it's gonna take away a year or two from you. So if you're 25, by the time you actually really
27,
get shit
28.
rolling, you're 27, 28.
Yeah,
which
because-
puts you on the back or the later ends of your prime,
Yeah,
right?
your career.
Secondly, will it even work?
No.
Third, what are you willing to change? Because I don't think if you're dealing with guys and you've been having sex and it hasn't been working, I don't think it's just the sex. I think there's more going into them not putting you in this space, whether it be the way you deal with them, are you supportive, whatever the fucking
Personality.
thing is. I don't think it's just she's amazing, but she already gave me the pussy, so I'm a clear it.
Yeah.
I think one of the things, to what you said, I think one of the things that women need to do as far as sleeping with men is like, I don't know, I
Riding
can't
a
even
bike.
think of what you, no.
Very similar.
I can't even think of what you just said, but like having to, like, well, as far as what MJ said, like having the discernment of, okay, is this gonna work? Is this not gonna work? You don't know either way. So it
Yeah,
just has to-
either situation doesn't guarantee you shit.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
50-50 for both situations.
Right. So as far as, speaking to somebody and like getting a feel for who they are, I mean, you do have to entertain him in other ways other than sex, and for a lot of men, sex is very important.
It's 80%
if
of the
you're-
relationship.
So if 80% of that,
Is that
according to Burns,
It's 80% of the relationship.
Did
If
you
it
read that
was-
somewhere as a fact?
80% of the
I'm
relationship. I
asking you a
read
question.
it.
You can repeat
I
it.
read
understand
it.
what you said.
I read
Where'd
it.
you read this at? How long ago was this?
This was maybe 5 years ago.
okay, so if it's Burns' relationship,
It's
and
80%.
80% of it is his relationship, and he can't have it, you have to find another way to keep this man's attention for however long it takes for him to be like, you know what, I'm in love with her. Let me propose, or let me marry this woman. So, I mean, even for somebody like me, that isn't. I'm not run by sex. Like sex isn't the most important thing to me. It is important, but it's not something that's just like on the front on my
Yeah.
front burner,
It's
where
top
it's
of your
just like
agenda.
if he can't fuck me, I can't date him.
So
Because-
you could deal with subpar dick and still be with somebody.
Not necessarily subpar, but I can.
On a 1 to 10, how good did it got to be?
I don't. What?
We're just trying to get an
What kind of
understanding.
dick you like?
I don't know, but I mean, if it's something
You got
that
an
I
8 to
enjoy-
10, right? What's the kind of dick? What's the kind of dick you would need to be like this? This is I can deal with this for the rest of my life. What kind of dick? Like what average, above average? Like what we talking about? Sex wise,
at least a 6. At
Above
least
average.
You need at least a
a
6
little
above
bit above
average.
average. I can't just
Okay.
But that's just me. But
No, I get it.
But if it's me, I'm trying to figure out if I even like this person as a human being. If I like the way that he thinks, if I like the way that he acts when he's around other people, if I like his
Tangibles,
type of
right?
his
The
type
shit
of
that
humor.
makes him who he
is he
is, truly.
chivalrous? Is what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
do I even want to sleep with him? Much less does he want to sleep with me?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with that now.
All right.
Well said. You got it, Brent?
Like I said,
It says it, since December 5th, 2020, it's 20%.
well there it is, Burns.
Well then, damn, that was deflating. God, I thought you had something for me, Burns. That was okay.
But that's new studies, though. So
Yeah,
All right.
But I remember seeing it, it's 80,
I think the
but-
problem, with that in particular, that aspect alone, it's so hard to really give a number to. It's this much of, because everybody views it so differently. Like it spikes so differently. Because
Yeah.
he may need it 6 times a week, and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? But 2 is good for me. Then he might be 4 is good, and we all got different
Yeah.
numbers. It's really
what is
hard.
your number? Since you brought it up.
Per week?
Yeah.
And you're talking about once a day, not the multiple times in one day.
Yeah, I needed If I can have it my way in the perfect
Yeah,
world,
in the perfect
I'll have it about 4 times a week.
4 times. Burns?
I'm going with 5.
5 times.
In my perfect world.
I'm going with 3. See how we all different? It feels as if this article that you read, they found a whole bunch of niggas that were 4s, and they say, you know what? That's what it is. Because the 4 said
I feel like
Nah,
MJ. I feel like
apparently
you.
They found 3s because there's 20%, so they found a little bit.
yeah, which is fucking crazy. And then a few years later, like, you know what, let's go do it again, y'all boys. Found a whole bunch of 3s. That's what it is now. It's
It's up there.
too widespread to really break down.
In your
So-
perfect world, how much times you getting dick a week?
Probably 2 or 3 times. I'm not.
2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah.
So we kind of in the same boat,
Right.
right? Just even balance. Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's a chop. You chop.
You're hungry as fuck.
But yeah, I think the moral of the story is, despite how you decide you want to go into the dating field, understand what you're getting into, understand what you need to obtain, what you need to obtain what it is that you truly desire.
Let me ask you a question before we end this topic. Now, if I gave you 10 guys, right? Out of the 10 guys, before you have intercourse with those guys, how many is a conversation being had of what you're looking for? How many of those conversations are being had out of the 10 guys, would you say?
If I'm trying to date them, I think. Well, I tell people what I'm looking for.
Your intention. You tell them.
Yeah.
So all 10 guys would know your intention before you have sex.
Absolutely.
Okay. If you can, when you're doing your thing back in the day, how many girls would ask you, what are you looking for before you have sex?
Not a lot.
If you had 10 girls lined up, how many out of the 10 would ask?
3 or 4.
What do you say?
I'm around 3 or 4.
They'll say, hey, listen, hey, what are you looking for? They'll like, hey, what are your intentions with me? And you'll be like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck around, or I'm trying to,
Yeah.
They would say they're looking for a
Like,
relationship.
yeah,
3
around
out of
like
4.
3 to 4.
I'll say. Around nowadays, if I ask someone, okay, what are you looking for? Some of them will tell me like, I'm just looking for sex, or I'm just looking for this, or I'm just looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's on the same page. I don't know if it wasn't like that before.
Correct, because people are lying.
Yeah.
Right, but now everybody's
More
at
honest
least
now.
more able to be honest with themselves.
To add to that question, MJ, this doesn't, to me personally, it wouldn't count after we've already fucked. Don't ask me what I'm looking for after that.
Yeah, I think that's
which
dumb.
doesn't make. I was like, bro, why you? Which a lot would do.
The deed is already done.
If I counted who would ask me after the fact, it goes up to like 7, 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But before, they don't really put their cards on the table, because for some women, they just, I guess they're afraid of, hey, you know what? I have this idea of this guy, and I don't want to lose him. So let me not scare him away.
They just want your attention.
They
they're
want
hoping-
to
and
give
they're
you the
hoping-
goods. They basically, some girls, what they do is they give you the goods, and they be like, okay, now I can question him.
Well, devil's
No.
advocate though. Do you think?
No.
I think girls are only asking niggas that question if the dick is good.
Yeah.
They want your attention initially, and then after they have sex with you, they feel like that's enough to keep you, for you to want a relationship with them.
Yeah, that's what I said. They
That's
they
what
give you the goods.
Joke's on you.
Yeah, that's not even dumb woman. I'm sorry.
Joke's on
if
you.
you're thinking like that, if ladies, I'm trying to speak from a man's perspective. If you're thinking like that,
If
that's
you're thinking your
idiotic.
vagina is the reason he's gonna stay, you are
That's idiotic.
insane.
I don't care if you have an 8 to 10.
Insane in the membrane.
People still think that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate though.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing. I'm on this mission. I don't know if y'all want to join me, right? To enlighten women, right? We're
Oh, I
gonna
thought
tell
you-
you the reality
thought you
of
were
how men perceive things. First and foremost,
You're not a man.
I thought he was on a 7-day Adventist. That's
not
what
at
I
all.
don't know.
Not at all. I'm not fast.
A woman can't tell a man how a man thinks.
Yeah,
and I
it's-
can't tell a woman how a woman
That is the most
or thinks.
See, right there. What you just said right there is the most baffling part. I will sit here and tell a woman exactly what men think. She'll tell me no. How you know niggas better than me and I'm one?
Unless she was.
Outside of that,
You
outside of
got
that.
to check her tools, but boy.
Yeah, but outside. But even
Were you
then,
born a woman?
But here's the thing. Even then, if you were one of those that did the transition,
Mm-hmm.
there's still things I know that you didn't experience because you did this transition.
And you left.
You still feel like
I'm still ahead
Yeah.
as far as this category in particular. I don't understand that. And I'm like, it drives me insane when you try to enlighten people and it's like, this is what he truly means by this. It's like, no way. He wouldn't do that. Okay. Given I don't know all men, but I know niggas. I don't have to know all men to know how a man would act in certain situations. It doesn't take rocket science. No, I'm not gonna be 100% out of the field, but we don't talk about the exceptions.
Yeah.
For niggas, I can be like, you know what? Birds will do this. Birds will do that. Every now and then, he's probably gonna do some shit that I didn't call. But at the end of the day, I know this nigga
I'm doing some
because
dizzle.
I am what he is.
Nigga.
And if a woman come to me and say some wild shit, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. The only time I will ever argue you down if I can prove what I'm saying. But most of these women just know. The men in my life would never do that. Oh my God.
That's what
You
you
didn't
think.
have a dad.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, what? What
Nah.
you just said?
Let me
She didn't even have a daddy, bro.
That's the crazy thing, right? A lot of them don't.
That's
So
it.
why
Got a
do
beard.
women do that? And then maybe it's because, and here's my thought. They go through life and the world coddles them. They hold them away from all the real life shit, right? And then you become an adult one day and niggas stop giving a fuck. And they say, hey, I just want this and this is how I'm gonna treat you. And they're like, oh, no, there's no way. My daddy would treat me like this. Bitch, I'm not your daddy. I'm not your brother.
Well, Zaddy.
Yeah, I'm not any of these people. This is the real life. This is what, and if someone were to come to her prior and be like, this is how he's gonna treat you, she would, no, it's not gonna happen. He's been this. It's like, yeah, he's putting on the show because he wants to fuck something. He's gonna do whatever it takes because that's his motivation from you, right? Why do women fight that? Why do they push back so hard when men tell them about men? Ultimately, was what I'm asking.
One of two reasons, probably because when they don't want to believe it,
Delusion. Go ahead.
or okay,
That's delusion.
I'm not arguing. I just
No, I saw the neck jerk. I saw
I
it.
just didn't use the word, but okay.
It's delusion, is it not?
I didn't,
Accountability, man.
Is it delusion, Nye?
I'm not saying it isn't.
Is it though?
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're running around here. Is it delusion?
It could be.
Could be.
No, it
Yes,
is.
could
It
be.
is.
Nah.
It is.
Lying to yourself.
Delusion.
Yes.
Nah.
Okay.
You're a delusion.
That's not delusion.
Can I get to my second point?
If you could answer the question, we can.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, so it could be,
That's all I wanted, Nye. That's all I wanted.
God damn, boy. You fucking.
Women will
It could
stick.
be-
Why y'all do that?
It could be you not wanting to admit to yourself that yes, this is how it is, or it could just not be their experience. So they think, okay, that's not what I've experienced, so that's probably not true.
Okay. You haven't experienced it, but you can't prove what I'm saying to be wrong. And
Right.
I'm a man. So I'm now telling you how men think. Why wouldn't you take it? Even if you took it with a grain of salt, you know what? That sounds crazy as fuck. That wasn't my experience, but he may know something I don't because he is a man. Despite anything can come out of your mouth about women right now. Even if I disagree with it 100%, if I can't prove it to be otherwise, grain of salt. I'm gonna take it, put it in my little pouch, unzip, put it in there, zip again.
So if I told you that women don't prefer bigger dicks, would you believe me?
Yeah.
I probably would.
You probably
I can't
would?
because I can't prove otherwise.
I'm saying, do you believe me right now?
Yes, I don't have a choice. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, because I have no personal experiences to say no.
I've never had a
Right.
dick.
Right. I have no personal experiences to say no. Nah, that's not true. So I'm not gonna fight it. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Even though majority of what you heard is that women prefer larger penises.
They say that shit, but until
I'm saying.
Until they get it and they fucking run up the walls.
yeah, but people say things all the time. I'm talking about what
Experience.
people actually do.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, I can't prove otherwise to what you're saying. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I mean, I may say I don't agree with that, but I'm not gonna just disregard all of what it can't be true. What? You're a woman. You obviously know more about women than I do. So why would I not take what you're giving me and put it to the side and use it to my advantage? And I think that's why a lot of women lack in the department of understanding men. They don't want to understand men.
Because they think that a lot of, and this isn't just women, I think people in general believe that other people think the way that they think. So it's difficult to understand when somebody doesn't think the way that you think.
Let me counter that. As a man, you're not taught to be that way. You're not. You're never conditioned to think everybody thinks like me. The only motherfuckers that think like that is men in power. Because you can never control the motherfucker that's in power. He does whatever the fuck he wants to do. But amongst men, I have to respect his mind. And if it's not, it's gonna be a real fucking problem.
It's like the flat earth thing. Like when Kyrie was like, yo, the earth is flat, the
It's
earth
not
is
flat.
flat. I'm not saying it is.
We're talking like opinion
I'm
and
just saying.
factual shit. Like, bro.
I'm just saying,
not flat.
you couldn't
I
move
know.
him off of that idea, even
Kyrie's
though
something else.
even though other people were thinking otherwise. There was if you didn't agree with him, it was like you're crazy.
It's not flat though.
So Okay, so
Kyrie funny for that. Man.
I thought it was flat.
Hey, bro, you think the world's flat?
no, what?
I'm just asking.
Why are you listening to him?
I'm sorry. You're right.
All right.
I was in the moment now. I'm sorry.
You can't get yourself.
I got this energy rush right now. I'm just in the moment. He got
But
me.
I'm just saying, like when people have this, men would never do this to me. This and then the third, or like when
Yeah.
people
The delusion.
have poor.
My delusional senses are tingling.
When
He
people
would
have
never do
poor,
You would never.
I'm ready to fucking kill me with that shit, Bird. I'm like,
they
yo, this nigga's showing you all the fucking. He would never.
all the signs.
Bro, story time, right? Real quick. Burns, remember that day? All reliable. MJ is literally
okay.
in this bitch's face, showing her, this is who I am. She turns to Bird and said, he would never do that.
He would never. Okay.
That is the day I knew bitches were delusional.
Yo, it was crazy. Like this man was like doing everything in the book, like
Everything
didn't
to
care.
get her
Had a
away
whole
from
nother
him.
girl kissing on him, everything. She turned around and looked me dead in my eyes. He would never do that to me. I said, "Whoa."
And she's watching this with her own two eyes.
I
This,
said,
not,
this
this
bitch
is
is
not
not-
a story. This is not nothing. It's
Mind you,
live.
she almost got jumped by the girls.
That was another thing. And she was like, bro, it was so baffling.
Yes, you remember now.
It
You
was so-
remember.
nah,
It's coming to you.
so
okay.
baffling
All
to
right.
watch a
Okay.
woman
All right.
literally
Okay.
look at the man that she wants, right? Have this perception of him, realize he's not that, and still say he
He wouldn't do. He would never do it.
He would
I
never.
said, "Wow."
He's an angel.
I said he mind fucked
It's
her.
giving delusional.
He.
Delusional as fuck, bro. Like, yo,
I'm sorry. He mind.
Word of the day, delusional.
delusional as fuck.
There's some women that get mind fucked like that. They
And
you
I
can
believe
never get
that
them
with
back.
Every part of me.
Yeah.
I believe that.
And I appreciate that from
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? And given there are some women that do get brainwashed, it's possible. Anybody can get brainwashed.
Even
but in
men.
this case,
Even
yeah,
men.
that's what's anybody. But in this case, she was not brainwashed. She wasn't lied to or anything like that. It was off there for her to see, and still and I'm pretty sure to this day, he's still a walking blessed and highly favored.
Yeah, she's still in my DMs about it.
You see what I mean?
Crazy, bro.
Oh, hey man, you know,
All right.
you could say a lot of things in life, bro, but one thing's for sure, two things for certain.
You can't call me holeless. Is that where we're going with that? Is that where we're going with that? Oh, we'll go somewhere else.
Christ, Jesus.
My bad. I thought that was completely
Why?
left, huh?
I wonder why do
My
we do
apologies.
this sometimes, man.
My bad.
Left is not even the word,
My
bro.
bad. Don't
All
rank.
in
Don't rank.
favor of me turning off MJ's mic.
Yay.
All right.
Unfortunately, we need it for the production, but fuck you, MJ. Hey, but
Good to see you, Otis.
to your point, then I don't know this nigga too be Otis. Anyways, second part too. You asked can
Yes.
a woman?
Can one woman?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can one woman keep one man sexually satisfied for the rest of his life? Nine. Yes. We gotta go to quick yes or no's. Nine.
I don't know, but from experience with you guys, the answer is no.
What's your opinion as a
What's
woman?
your take on it?
If you had a man, do you think you can keep him sexually satisfied for the rest of his life?
I can try to.
No, everybody can try, nah. But shit.
I don't know.
God
Yes,
damn it,
no,
man.
maybe so.
I don't think that I can do everything that somebody. If like, maybe you want a pregnant
And
woman
in
and
marriage,
I'm not pregnant, or
when you're
maybe
married
you want.
with somebody, if you're married
That's what I'm
to this
saying,
man,
I don't-
can you keep this man sexually satisfied for the rest of his life?
I don't think
You're
so.
marrying him.
You don't think
right?
so?
I
Great.
don't
That's
think
so. It's a
Okay,
no.
No.
That's a no. That's a no.
I said that already. So.
You did
No, you said
not, but
maybe.
it's okay. Question: is she doing it? She can't receive any help. It's just her.
One woman,
No.
you, no, one
No.
woman, you.
Hell to the fuck no.
Okay. No.
You're gonna say yes.
No.
I swear to God, I'm telling you right now.
Did
if
they would've
this
said
nigga
yes?
bro, with the fucking room in here.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
Niggas
I would've
gonna
lost
attack your
my
ass.
shit, bro.
Get a hold of yourself, niggas. God damn.
I saw the hand go up. You saw me.
I was waiting.
I'm gonna take
I
my
said he
fucking
said
mic and throw it out
yes.
the window, bro.
I said, what girl you found?
Hey, hold on, nigga. God damn. Yeah, hold on
What
now.
girl you found? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What
Hold-
girl you found?
Wait a minute. God
One-
damn.
Go
what
ahead,
is
MJ.
this?
Listen to this,
Go
listen to
ahead,
this
go
shit,
ahead, bro.
bro.
Hey,
Listen to this
oh,
shit.
whoa, whoa. What
Sheesh.
is this? Hey, yo.
There's a lot
Get
of
off
noise
me.
on this mic right now.
Yo.
All right. So I say no because, and this is for the simple reason, right? Why do men masturbate still? If you're in a committed relationship and you're married, this is what I'm talking about. You're not single, you're not out here playing the streets because that's whatever. But if you're married to a woman, do married men masturbate?
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Why?
Because
I'm talking about marriage.
it's a fantasy of like
Something else.
something else,
different?
different.
Because it's not right.
It's not the
You
same
always
thing. Yeah, you want
right?
something different.
So a woman can't keep you satisfied.
No.
One woman.
No.
So why marry her then?
I'm not getting married, so you're asking.
Hypothetically, why
Oh.
why would a man marry if you had
Chat.
It's a business.
It's a business, okay?
I see it as a marriage is a
A
business.
wise man once told me.
That's pretty simple thinking. But go ahead.
A wise man once told me, no matter how much steak and lobster you eat, you're gonna want a cheeseburger one day.
No. Why do you believe
Why do
you
I
can't
believe-
keep one man sexually satisfied for the rest of his life? You.
Because I'm not every woman like Whitney Houston.
So why marry him? Oh, that was a low blow right there.
So why marry a man if I can't keep him satisfied?
Yeah.
I'm not the one that
If you know.
proposed. I mean, if he
Yeah, but you can say
chose-
no, so I'm confused here.
So I'm not gonna marry somebody because I can't keep him satisfied sexually. If he knows what he's getting himself into, then
But you know as well, right? This is two sides here.
right. But if I wanted to have sex with another man, I can't because I'm married. So can he keep me satisfied for the entire relationship for the rest
No,
of my
that
life?
wasn't the question.
No, I'm saying, but
Okay,
it goes
but you're
both
asking
ways.
the question,
does
so
it not?
it's
Right.
not a question.
Do you think you can keep a woman satisfied for the rest of her life
No.
if you're married? Okay, so,
But that wasn't the question, though.
no, but I'm going into a relationship understanding that this is what I'm dealing with
So
for
what
the
would
rest
you
of my
allow?
life. What would I allow?
Yeah, if
As
you
far
can't
as
keep him
what?
satisfied, he says, look, babe, you can't keep me satisfied. You
Okay, well,
individually.
that's one of the things that you're gonna have to deal with. Is just me.
But he doesn't want to deal with just you, apparently.
Then don't marry me.
Right? So you got married, right? You got married, you're 5 years in, and he's like, yo.
Why would this not be a conversation that I have before I get married?
Because maybe he got tired of the tuna. He wants like Chuck said, he
Tired
wants
of the
cheeseburger.
tuna. I don't smell like tuna. Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go now. That's we had his tomato.
What were we
We're
answering?
running around in circles here.
Right,
Yeah,
like,
we
I
are.
don't-
Just fucking answer the question with a question, bro.
I think what
it's a dumbass question.
Here's what he's trying to say,
No,
Nye. I think that conversation isn't happening enough. Women don't do enough to sexually satisfy or meet that drive, right? So, in other words, if you can't do it by yourself, why is it so frowned upon for you to receive help? Whether that be, hey, babe, you know what? Let's take a destination trip, have a threesome. Or
If that's what you want in your marriage,
no,
then do
follow
that.
me. See, okay,
And you're married, Joe.
here's the thing, Nye.
I'm talking to Chuck right now.
Here's the thing now. Men would love to just fuck bitches and be in a committed. We would love to love one woman and fuck plenty bitches, right? But we don't do it because we respect your feelings and your thoughts on the relationship. But if it was up to us and there was no consequences, yeah, I'd love one woman, but I would fuck plenty of them, right? So in this case, let's say you have a safe space with your husband. His babe, you know what? Our sex is great. There's nothing wrong with it. But I do want to try different things. I want us to now invite a third party. And we're using them strictly for that. We set our own rules. We communicate clearly on how this is going to go about. Let's do that. Why is that so frowned upon?
Some people do it. I know. I have a friend
We're
that
not talking
does
about
it.
exceptions. Exceptions don't make the rule. It's not
No,
enough
I know,
of them
I'm
for us to
saying
have this conversation.
there
I'm
are
talking
people-
about the average marriage is not, they're not having threesomes. They're not even having sex.
Mm-hmm.
The average. So let's talk about the marriages where people are just having sex with one another.
Why is it frowned upon
Yeah.
for your spouse to cheat?
No,
No,
that's not
see,
cheating.
it's not cheating.
That's
No,
not
he's-
cheating.
he's
We're
not
communicating
listening.
clearly to one another. I'm telling you, babe, I want to do this. I'm asking you to come and do it with me. How is
How
that
is
cheating?
that frowned upon?
What?
Wait, how is that? I'm saying, like, if you're speaking to your spouse
Mm-hmm.
and saying this is what I want, how is that frowned upon? Polygamy is a thing. I mean,
It
even
is.
if it
The
wasn't
community for
polygamy,
polygamy versus monogamy,
There's-
there's no comparison. Monogamy is clearly in a much larger lead, right?
Yeah.
But we're not talking about exceptions.
I
now.
get it, but people are doing that.
I understand that. People do a lot of different things. What I'm saying right now, there's somebody doing it right now.
So
what
frowned
I'm
upon,
asking is
it's frowned upon by
the majority.
outside,
the majority.
because that's not what we're taught. We're taught to be with one person and one person only. So if it's abnormal, people don't like it. But if that's what you want, then that's what you want. Just like how, not to go off topic, but just like how liking same sex is abnormal, but if that's what you want, then that's what you want. I don't frown upon it. I mean, like I said, I have a friend that I went to high school with. His relationship is open.
It's not an open relationship, man. Open relationship says you can go do your thing, I can go do my thing, but we come home to each other. I'm saying I want you to do this with me.
Well, they do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's an understanding between two, right? Okay, and let's say you're one of those that like, hey, babe, you know what? I'm not really with the threesome shit. Would you give your husband a hall pass?
No.
Do you do anal?
What?
Why not? Not?
No, I'm getting somewhere. Do you do anal?
I don't want to get there.
So that's
I don't want to get
Why,
there. With
why
you.
not? I see what you do,
I don't want to get
but
there.
why not?
Why can he not have a hall pass?
Yeah.
Because that's not what we agreed upon.
Well, I don't understand.
I don't agree to it.
You're married to this person. Listen,
I
you're married
understand.
to this person.
I understand. I'm married.
You're married to this person
I'm
already.
married.
Years already put in.
I get it.
Kids and everything. He's
No
like,
hall
hey,
pass.
no hall pass.
No.
So you prefer to be there with him
No, we're
So
not
he-
sleeping with other people.
at all?
No.
Bro, it's her.
In my marriage, it's not happening.
Bro, it's
How is that fair to him?
That's it.
How is it fair to me? What do you, like? I don't
No.
understand why it matters.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you how it's fair, right?
Why
In
does it
relationships,
matter
you
for you?
compromise, right?
Okay,
In relationships, you
exactly.
compromise.
So you don't sleep with other women.
Follow me here. Follow me. Right. In relationships, you
Compromise only
compromise.
benefits you. Okay.
Let me
continue.
explain something to you, Nia.
Go
The
ahead.
way men have sex and the way women have sex is completely different.
It doesn't
Okay?
matter.
The Western part of the world has taught us to be one and one with one another.
Okay.
So fuck all this shit about you. No. The fact of the matter is this: when you're in a relationship with somebody and they desire something, right?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, if you can't meet in the middle, there's something that you would have to provide, unless it's not possible at all. This is a simple decision. You saying, you know what? I don't give a fuck about your sexual desires. That shit drives that man. If you didn't have a vagina, you couldn't even be with him. So the fact of the matter is this. If your man comes to you and say, hey, babe, I want to do something like this. I don't want to do it alone. I don't want to cheat. That's not me. I want you to be a part of that with me. That's a fucking blessing. Bitches don't take advantage of that kind of situation. It's frowned upon. See what you just did there? This is what I'm talking
What do
about.
you mean frowned upon? If I said
Nah.
in my relationship, I'm not doing it.
I understand that, but not. You know how much women are just like you? That's
Okay.
my issue. It's a blessing for a
So
man
then
to come
find
to
a
you and
woman that
openly
wants what you
express,
want.
I want to fuck other bitches with you.
So then find a woman that wants what you want. I'm not that woman. I'm just.
It's
That's all I'm
unfortunate that
saying.
he can't. There would never be a space that's comfortable for him to even come and do that with you and actually accomplish that. That's the fucked up part. I don't want to be as emotional,
this
but
fucked
guess the
up?
fuck what? My woman is there. I have to now steep down to her level to be as emotional. I don't want to be that fucking vulnerable. I'm a man. I'm used to being tough as fuck, and that shit's comfortable for me. But guess the fuck what? My woman wants me to be soft and sensual. Guess the fuck I gotta do? Be that. So here we are, where I'm saying, hey, this is what drives me. And guess the fuck what? It's a no deal, no brainer.
So-
Not gonna fucking happen.
So you're upset that you can't sleep with other women with your wife?
No. I'm upset that there's no space for it. There's no. It's not even listening to understand why this
There is.
person feels that way. It's my marriage. I don't want to do that. Explain to me. How about you say, babe, you know what? Why do you feel this way? What is it doing for you? Get to understand the motherfucker. There is no understanding.
So why do you want to sleep with other women?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I fucking love bitches.
Okay.
What do you mean? I'm a
Okay.
man.
And that's the
I'm
only
wired to
reason
be
why.
this way.
And that's the only reason why.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not God. I didn't create men to be this way.
I'm not
I just know
arguing with
what
you. I'm just asking a
my
question.
male hormone that drives me is testosterone.
I get that.
Testosterone pushes me to procreate. How do you procreate? You fuck something.
Okay.
Right? It's plain and simple.
Okay.
That's why I want to fuck bitches.
Okay.
It's who I am, right?
Okay.
At the end of the fucking day, though, what I'm saying is there is no understanding for that man to feel to figure out why is he the way he is.
So
what is driving this desire for you?
So women don't understand that men
They don't
want to
try
have
to.
sex.
They don't try to. If my woman comes to me and says, "Babe, I want to sleep with other men," okay, but what? I want to know why, how you got here. I want to understand you.
What am I
what did
lacking?
Yeah,
I
what
do?
is it? What is it that's not happening?
No anal, like what am I lacking?
That's a conversation for me and her to have. If I'm saying, hey, you know what, babe, we can't have other people in our bedroom. I'm not with that. Okay, babe, you know what? We can't do that. Is a dildo okay? There's other alternatives, alternatives, but women don't fucking. It's a closed door. Babe, I want to fuck other bitches. Nope. Divorce me, or that's not what the fuck? You didn't even understand me. You just thinking it from your point of view, which is selfish as fuck in a marriage. That's my problem. I don't like that, and I'm like, yo, this is why I say it's frowned upon. I just saw how you reacted to the fact, hey,
Because in my marriage is supposed to be monogamous, so I'm not supposed to sleep with other people. And
your
neither
marriage
are
will never
you.
change. Do you believe that?
And neither are you. So if I'm only sleeping with, if I'm told, okay, this one man and this one man only is what I'm supposed to be sleeping with, whether he wants to sleep with other women or other men with me is none of my concern.
That's your marriage. That's your concern.
I made a vow that I'm only going to be with this one man and that's it.
Does your marriage change along the way, Nye? Or the
The
day you
people
guys get
can
married,
change.
whatever you agree to at that point, that's the
people
only
can-
thing y'all get to
The
do.
people can change, but my vows aren't changing. And that's me personally. So that's why I'm not opening myself up to be like, yes, we can go sleep with other
That's a
people.
closed door.
And that's fine.
That's a closed door.
And
This is
that's
my
fine.
issue. I think we need to understand each other more. We need to spend more
I
time.
understand what you're saying. I'm not saying I don't understand where you're
No.
coming from. I understand that men like to have sex with other women. I understand that.
So why aren't there a group of women wanting to please men more in that category?
I'm just not up for it. There are women that want to. There are women
I'm
that
not
are
talking
that are
about the
available
exceptions.
to
I
it.
understand that, Nye. I'm saying, why isn't there a
Because
larger
it's-
community and women
I
tell
don't
each other,
know the
hey,
answer
listen,
to that.
let's get our men right. Let's create your man. Find out what his deepest desires are. Create that for him. You know how happy that would make that motherfucker. Those gutters he was supposed to clean last week, they clean now. It motivates him because you are willing to go above and beyond to satisfy him in every category. You're clearly not meeting the threshold, right? But he's keeping that to himself because you're his woman, right? The fact of the matter is, if you could do more, why not do more? If you could do more, why not do more? You're just saying, I made vows, so I'm just not going to
So
do
what
it.
what is the marriage based on then? Like
The
what,
two
what's
people,
what's the
what you
point?
guys come together and
What's
talk
the point
about.
of me saying all these things to you if I'm not going to live by
Yeah,
it?
but
What do you mean?
One second. But it's at the end of the day though, it's your marriage.
I understand.
You make the rules in your marriage, right?
Okay.
You're 10 years in and something isn't working anymore. It's either he cheats, you compromise with him, or you divorce him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you pick?
I'm divorcing. I'm not doing all that.
Okay, so instead, give me a second.
That's just me.
No, I get it. No, I get it.
And but I don't understand why that's crazy.
You know why? Because it's a sustainable life.
I don't
Nye.
want to. I'm
Nah,
not
I
doing
understand
it.
That. I understand. No, I get that.
Yeah,
I
but
understand.
but
Here's what
you're
you-
like
you're
upset
saying,
that I'm not agreeing to
Nye,
the fact that
I
I
know
want
I'm
to
a little-
sexually please
Listen,
him.
I'm
like,
not upset, Nye.
if you
You
want
know
to
how I
sleep with
get.
other women, yeah, but
Nah,
and I
I'm
understand
not
that,
upset.
but that's fine. But like, if you want to sleep with other women,
I understand
cool,
that.
but don't do it with me.
I understand that, Nye. But listen to what I'm telling you, Nye.
I understand what you're
There's
saying,
a
Chuck.
separation for what you're saying. You
I
said I'd
understand
rather
what
give
you're
up
saying.
all the shit I've already built this
Yes.
motherfucker to not satisfy something that makes him
It's
go.
not about you. It's not about you, and it's not about me either. But if you're sitting here,
Clearly it is.
No, it's not. But if you're sitting here telling me I'm only going to be with this one woman, and then all of a sudden 10 years later you want to change your mind, that's fine. But I'm not going for that. Just like if I say, okay,
I
well
get
then,
that
babe,
part.
let's go have sex with other men then. If
And
you
he
going
says-
for that?
He says no, but babe,
Are
what
you
can we
going
do
for that
to
though?
satisfy
Are
that,
you going
Nye?
for that?
What can we do to satisfy it?